Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Uplifters. This is the series dedicated to people who have made it their mission to bring more consciousness in the world through their expertise, through their dedication, and well, there's a little fight next to me. Because yes, today's topic and today's assistance is going to be offered by our doggies. I have the pleasure and the delight to invite today Christel Sonck, who is hmm, I will let her introduce herself, and she has a friend with her, and look at her, how delightful she's sitting there. She has all the love and all the attention she can get. So she can, this is a good start of the day. How did I get so lucky? It's about dogs, it's about people loving what they are doing, inspiring people to be who they are, and what else. So Christel, welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy for you to be here. It's like so for those of you who don't know, I got a second dog, and the second dog needed some training, but at the end of the day it wasn't about the dog, it was about the people behind the dog. So this is what got us reconnected in a more deeper way. We've known each other for how long, Crystal? Now from 2015.
7 years, 8 years.
Yes, 7 8 years, and you've been a
Yes.
constant presence in our lives, as you are Snoopy's also godmother during the summer. And the reason why I invited you today is basically because, this series started somewhere immediately after Corona. And it was my way of putting those people in the light who have worked through this period of time and have inspired people to something else than just be upset and, see the drama and the trauma in the whole situation. And when we were talking in the beginning, you were saying, I would rather put this behind me and I would like to talk about possibilities and what comes after. So, Crystal, I will allow you to present yourself. Tell us where your passion for dogs comes from and how it evolved, and how is it evolving still after the Corona period. So, on you.
Okay, I'm Christel. I have a passion for dogs all my life. I think it started when I was a little girl. Here in Belgium, we have some comic strips for children that are called Bolly and Billy. And Bolly is a little boy who has a dog, Billy. And I love those books. And and Billy is always thinking and speaking with his friend, his human friend. And I loved it. I imagined, what if dogs could talk to us? What would they tell us? How do they see the world? How do they see our lives? Because our lives are sometimes crazy. So my love for dogs started when I was 4 years, 5 years old. And then, yes, I followed some studies. I went to work, but I didn't like my work. And I thought maybe I should work with dogs. So this time I'm working for more than 20 years with dogs, and I love my job every day again. I love every dog. It's always an adventure. I try to understand the dog. I try to see the world through the eyes of the dog, and I explain it to the people.
Oh yeah, that's really your strength in what concerns my approach to my new dog, just for the fun of it. So let me ask you a question, not you, but those who are watching. When you're saying the name of your pet, what are you expecting? Because this was a huge explosion in my world. We met 1 week ago, and Crystal taught me a few things that would make life more easy with Blue and with the other dog and with the whole family. We are a big, heavy family. So I was continuously saying Blue, 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 but not saying anything behind it. And at some point, Crystal starts, Selena, Selena, Selena. And I was looking at her annoyed. What do you want? He said, exactly, what do you want? What do you want from your dog? It was such an eye opener for me how much of the human communication is implied. You just say something and you expect all the people to know what you're talking about and what you ask for them or from them. And this was to me like a boom, like the door opened to look where else in my life I'm expecting people or I am following their expectations with who should I be for them when they are not saying anything. So teaching the owners, it's not even teaching, it's like making them
Coaching.
aware.
Yes.
Yes, coaching them. And it's freaking uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, but I like it.
You're a bit masochistic. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but what I would like you to talk about is how did you go through Corona? Because we were talking about, I remember that there was a period in the lockdown then when the only reason that you could go out was to walk your dog, and there were all these crazy jokes about the dogs are done, they are paying the humans to let them be and so on and so forth. And I was like, how did you experience that period? Because working with dogs, did it change? Did it bring something new? Was it a new perspective in working with humans and dogs?
Mm, no, I don't think so. I loved Corona. I loved it.
Shh, don't
Shh.
tell it.
I loved it. Um, People had more time. They were constantly at home and they thought if we should buy or adopt a dog, that would be nice. So we could take our dog for a walk. So many people bought a dog or adopted a dog. There were waiting lists all over for dogs.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But yes, and the price went up from the
Yeah.
dogs. Yeah, it's normal. But dog schools were closed. They were not allowed to work. So the people bought a little, nice little puppy, and they came home and they thought, oh, it's nice, a little puppy. And after 1 week, they thought, oh my God, what is he doing now? Oh no, I don't want it. Oh, how can I help my dog? And they were in panic. It's not that easy having a dog. It looks easy, but it's not easy. So they reached out, and that's the reason why I made a program online with a lot of videos to help people online raise their dog. I don't like the word dog training. I'm not training a dog. I'm raising a dog.
Wow.
I'm coaching people to raise their dog. I can do it in person like we did last week, but also through videos that are online that explain everything. I help people understand their dog.
Wow. I remember that just before you left the parking lot when we were saying goodbye, you asked me to buy or to have a selfie stick and to put the camera at the level of the eyes of the dog to have an idea of what this is in their world. And it was like the whole I'm so why didn't we record that conversation basically? Because almost everything that you told me was linked to some practical aspect of life. I was complaining that, for example, she's biting shoes or she's stealing the toilet paper, and it can be fun, but in the long run, it's like, ugh, I don't want you to do that anymore. And you were like, yeah, but dogs don't know that. Can you tell us more about how dogs see the world and what is it that triggers us basically?
A dog lives in the now. He doesn't think about tomorrow. He doesn't think about yesterday. It's now. And he always thinking about, what am I going to do now? What can I do to make life happy?
Ah, buy a dog, people, buy a dog.
Yes, but we can learn a lot of dogs. A dog loves the taste of paper, of
Yeah.
wood. Tissues, books, papers are the finest form of wood. So if they see toilet paper, I adore it. Yes, and they steal it. And the first time you see it, you laugh. Oh, it's that funny. And the second time you see it, you may laugh. And the 10th time you see it, you say, hell no, it has to stop.
Yeah.
But if you laugh 5 times first, the dog thinks, oh, she likes it. I'm continuing. And then all of a sudden you're angry. And the dog doesn't know why. The same
Totally.
with shoelaces. Oh,
Shoelaces, yes. Oh my
shoe.
God, shoelaces and and little bites. You know, the chewing of. It's so she's so cute. Blue is so cute. She does, but then she's growing her teeth.
Yes.
So how do you talk to people when it comes to this?
I always tell people when you have a cute little puppy, you must think in the future. If this cute little puppy becomes a dog of 40 kilos, will you still like it, what it's doing now? Many dogs are jumping onto people. Hey,
Yeah,
hi there, cuddle me. And when they're a puppy, people say, oh, what a cute little puppy, and they're cuddling him. But when we take the example of a Labrador, for example, a Labrador is growing fast. When he's an adult, he's about 40 kilos. When he's then jumping on people, people don't like it anymore. But before, the dog always got attention of his owner. Oh,
yeah,
cute little puppy, oh, cute little dog. But when he's 40 kilos and it's wet outside, and he went outside, and he comes in with his paws full of mud and he jumps on you, you won't like it. And then all of a sudden, you're angry. And the dog doesn't understand why you're angry. Because before, you liked it. So we
wow.
should give a consequent education. What is allowed today is allowed tomorrow, next year, and in 5 years.
Yeah, that's this is I find it is like pretty much like with kids,
Yeah.
like they have to know exactly what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And just because grandma is coming on visit doesn't mean that you will abdicate from all the rules in the house, something like that. This is how I see it. But there is something that I want you to talk about. It's the difference on how we were educating or raising or training dogs like a few years back, and what you are bringing in the education. Because Snoopy, for example, I trained her somehow very restrictive. You cannot do this and that and that and that and that. So now she's kind of like, I don't know why the other one can do so many things. I mean, why is she allowed? And Blue, we look at her and we approach her in a totally different way, and this was also encouraged by you. Can you say a bit about the differences of how we were training dogs before and how is it done now?
In the past, before the year 2000, we were always punishing dogs, punishing and focusing on everything bad the dog did. And it's because we were mistaken. Uh, we had a lot of insights, especially the last 7 years. Um Science has proven that dogs can think, and that they have the same emotions as people. We don't punish anymore. It's no success. We we focus on everything positive the dog is doing. It's conditioning. We call it conditioning. Um, when we give the dog a compliment for everything he's doing right, he will repeat what he's doing.
Oh
You
my
like
God.
you also like a compliment. You also
Yes.
like people saying to you, "Wow, Selena, what a good job you did," and you will
Yeah.
continue doing that job. The same
Yeah.
with dogs. So we are more empathic towards dogs. They have feelings like us. They don't want to dominate us. That is what we thought before, but it's not true.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the domination theory. It's based on it's based on how wolves live together. But there also we made huge mistakes.
Wow.
So we become smarter. A dog all he wants is love.
Oh my
Love
God.
me.
Let me put it let me say it one more time. A dog, the only thing it wants is love.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the basic emotion, if you want, that we choose a dog for, because they are so happy and so loving, and so you're not buying a dog because, or you're not getting a dog just because, I don't know, you
You
want to be
don't buy
more
a dog to
sad.
punish him continually. You buy a dog to give him love and to receive love.
Ooh,
Dog.
receiving the love.
Yes, but you must be able to receive the love.
Yeah.
You must be willing to receive the love of your dog.
I mean, I mean, you will have to give some more examples here, because I was writing about, so people who don't know yet. Um, you are a master at spreading content all over the media. You have a Spotify podcast in English and in Dutch. You have a book that's already written. You also have a blog. You are also very active on Instagram. All the links are going to be available for people. But what I was telling is that at some point I told you that Blue brought in a mole, and that I started shouting and crying and making a scene, and she didn't get what it was about. And you were saying,
She's giving you a present.
and I was like, ooh, receiving presents. Not that kind of a present.
In her world, it's a present. And you say, oh, I don't like it. What kind of feeling do you give to Blue? She doesn't like my presents.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And there's there's so many topics and so many conversations we are going to talk about, because we just arranged it before this interview that we are going to do a series of lives on Instagram. And if you have questions, any kind of questions related to dogs, raising your dogs, living with your dogs, making your life richer with your dogs, I know that Christel has a few tricks in her sleeve. But until then, I would like to go back a bit to the corona thing. So you said you loved it. Everybody got a dog. Everybody was, more involved with the dog. The fun of it is that dogs helped us get out of the house on a legal, in a legal terms. But
Yes, but they liked it because they got love from the people. They got attention. People were always busy with their dogs. So for a dog, it was heaven on earth.
so what's happening now when people are going back to work, and when, they go on holidays, what's happening?
A lot of problems. Many dogs are in a shelter at this moment because people want to go on a holiday and there is a dog. He can't go with us, so we put him in the shelter. And there he's sad and lonely and he doesn't understand why he's punished. Otherwise, some people uh, have their dogs, have still their dogs, but they go back to work. And the dog is a whole day alone at home and he doesn't understand it. Because before all his people were at home, they were playing with him, they were walking him, and now he's all alone and he's lonely. So we must help the dog feeling less lonely. We
But
hide
that's
some we hide some treats everywhere in the house. We put on some music, soft music, so that he doesn't feel alone.
wow. I
On
never thought of
YouTube, you find lots of dog music. You
dog
can
music on YouTube. I
dog
didn't know
music.
that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that. That's
yeah.
funny.
In the
Um,
United States, they even have a TV channel, dog channel.
for for dogs. Wow.
Yes.
But that um wow. Thank you for this, because yesterday I guess we had the first anxiety separation anxiety episode with Blue. I left the house and I went only to snuff outside, and she made a scene and she peed in front of the door, and it was like when my husband he was in the bathroom. He didn't know what was happening, but Blue thought she was left alone. Now, what I would like to ask you is, how do you bridge the gap? Because this must must be also bringing a lot of stress in people's worlds. Leaving the dog alone at home, not knowing what's going to happen. How do you bridge this gap in the humans as well? Because I know with dogs you condition them, but how do you bring this to people?
They have to prepare the dog for being alone. So you leave him alone 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours. But you always give him something to do, something to chew on, some treats, or you may have a t-shirt you have, not the nicest, a t-shirt that was worn before. You put it on for 1 day, 2 days, and you don't wash it. And you give it to the dog. So he always has your smell with him. When you leave
Cool.
him alone, you put on some soft music. YouTube, dog music.
Okay.
Yes? When you come back in, you reward him. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. How are you? And so on. And he is also happy to see you again. But you have to start small 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 hour. He's got to get used to it, to be alone.
I love it when you, because you brought it up into my world when we were outside, and at some point I was calling Blue. I was saying it in a very harsh voice, and you said no, you're happy. When you're calling your dog, you're happy. And I was like, oh my God, how much of my communication has shifted from being present with what I'm requiring. I mean, I'm calling my dog to come to me because I'm happy to see my dog, but it turned into, you have to come here because I have something in mind and I don't want you to mess my plans. And
Yeah.
I just can't, I extrapolate it to humans. How many times we just bark, because this was barking at
Yes,
people.
but it's you're not conscious of it.
Yeah, yeah, this is the thing, how many times we are not even conscious. And I had the privilege to have you next to me and ask me a question about that, but I'm wondering.
When your dog is outside, he's sniffing. Yeah, and it's nice. Some dogs passed, some rabbits passed. They see people. It's fun for the dog. But when you're calling your dog when he is having fun, you must be more funny. You must be the most funny thing in the world
Oh.
because he has to leave the smells that he likes and he has to come to you. But why should he come to you when you say here?
Oh
No.
my God, this brings a lot of stuff in my world.
And you have to be patient because when he's enjoying himself in the park and you call Blue here, he doesn't hear you. All his attention
So,
is to what he's smelling. So you have to call Blue here, Blue here, Blue here. Even if he is only coming after the 10th time, you still have to be happy.
oh,
Blue.
oh, oh. Okay, whew. Let me take a deep breath on this one. Thank you for saying it, because I've been raised with the rule of three. I'm asking once, I'm asking twice. The third time, I'm already upset that she's not coming. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for this. So
What most people do is when they call their dogs 4 times or 5 times and the dog isn't coming, people get angry
yeah,
and they begin to shout, here,
yeah.
immediately. And they run after their dog. If you're lucky, the dog is looking at you. Oh, fun, we are going to play. And the dog is away and you can run after him. No, stop it. You call him 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, always happy. When he's not hearing you or responding, you walk away. You walk away from him.
Wow.
And at one time, he will look up. Oh my God, she's leaving me. Wait, mommy, wait. And she will come running after you.
This is asking a level of trust in you and your dog, that
But you
when you
must
go, it
earn
will
that
come.
trust.
Yeah. Wow. Whew. Um, I cannot emphasize enough what a gift you are in my world. And at this point, it's not because I was saying, and I also wrote about that. It's not. We have the impression that we are educating or raising a dog, but basically we are coaching ourselves as owners. You were saying something about the dogs are the mirrors of
Yep.
their owners. Can you say more about that?
Um, the dog is doing exactly what you're asking. Exactly. I give an example. I have Labradors. They like to eat. They eat everything. And they like to steal from the garbage can. Everything. So the mistake I made a couple of years ago, I saw my dog looking at the garbage can, and I knew what she was going to do. And I said, "Don't you dare! Don't you dare doing it!" And my dog is looking at me. What is she saying? I don't understand it. But I mean, don't you dare. I mean, don't you dare go to the garbage can. Don't you dare put your head in it. Don't you dare steal the food out of it. Don't you dare eat it. But I will only say, don't you dare. And that's all the only thing my dog hears. But he doesn't know that I'm meaning a lot of things. So she's
Yeah.
just looking at me and she's going to the garbage can anyway because she doesn't understand what I say.
I loved it, but I wouldn't want to be there when Blue is trying to do that.
Yeah,
No,
but
she,
my communication was not all right.
yeah.
I should speak clearly to my dog. I used to teach, and also we visited children with some kind of disability, mental or physical. And at school, with normal children, yes, my dogs were wild, they were barking, they were playing. And we came in a school with children with a disability, and they became very soft, very calm, and they just sat down beside the children and they
Wow.
let them cuddle. They feel it. Dogs feel people. Dogs feel emotions from people. Dogs sniff emotions from people.
Wow.
When you get stressed, your body makes a lot of adrenaline and cortisol, and you smell different. Luckily for us, we don't notice it, but the dog smells it. So in the dog's world, adrenaline and cortisol is danger.
Stay away.
Stay away.
Oh
So when he
wow.
sniffs that you are stressed, he will look around. Oh, there is danger. Where is there danger? I have to protect my mommy. And he will become nervous because he doesn't understand the danger. He doesn't know that you're stressed because you had some boring meeting. He doesn't know that. He just
Just
smells danger and stress.
this is very funny now that you're talking about because I see that when I'm stressed, Snoopy is not coming to me.
No,
She's just naturally looking for my husband. She
no.
goes there, or if I'm upset, or if I'm nervous, or if I'm in a discussion, or if I, she's immediately taking the side of my husband. Ah, now,
I had a client with a dog like Snuff, and she was very emotional. And I came there, and at that time, the dog had bitten her 20 times.
oh,
Yeah. And sometimes there were days when he beat her 5 times a day. So I changed some house rules and I educated her, I coached her. And after 1 year, the dog was not a problem. The problem was more the person. The dog didn't bite anymore. And after 1 year, he bit one day, just before Christmas. And
wow,
he bit hard. And I took the dog with me. He said, enough of it. I have to see it with my own
for
eyes.
myself.
The dog must live with me for a month. I have to see it. The dog was happy, joyful. He played with my dogs, no problem. And then one day, I had a Murphy day. I call it a tooth day. You know, everything goes wrong.
Bad hair day.
Yeah, everything goes wrong. So in the evening, I come home. I'm sorry for the word. I'm pissed. I'm angry. Yeah. I come, I come inside the house. The dog looks at me and he attacks me and he bites me.
Oh wow.
First time.
Whew.
And then I know, okay, the dog is only biting when there are too many emotions with the people. So I called her and I said, the last time he bit you, did something happen to you? Yes, yes. I got an invoice and I couldn't pay it. And I cried
And I got
half an
stressed over
hour,
it.
stressed all over emotions, and the dog bit her.
Oh my
So I
god,
told
yeah.
her, when you're emotional, put your dog outside. Put him somewhere where he can't reach you. And when you're
Wow.
calm again, call him in. Since then, there have been no bite incidents anymore.
Whew. Wow, this whoo. This brings a lot of stuff in my world. Thank you for this because it's like, oh my god, we could go on like hours and hours and hours. When you say this, that when you're not necessarily in your best spirit, take distance from your dog. It's like, how present are you basically in your life? How present are you with what's happening, and how much are you in your head? And I'm like, when dogs are reacting like this, how much they would like to try to make you present with, like, be here with me, even if it's rougher than normally. I mean, they would do something to distract your attention from whatever you were,
Yeah,
doing in your head. They are wizards. Basically, they are wizards. I
yeah, of
love it.
course. But people don't see it.
They don't see it until they hear you talk about it. So let's just tease people. Um, where can they find you? Where is the best way to reach you if they have a question, if they would like to know more? As I said, we're going to open up some Instagram lives, but for that you will have to be on Instagram and look us up. Look the Quispel Coach up, look Miss Macchiato Blue up, and then you have this beautiful online academy which is now available in Dutch, and it's building up in English as well, because Selena said, hey, Dutch, I know I speak Dutch, but I want it in English. And where else?
Facebook, Quispel Coach, Facebook, Tails Wiggle, Facebook,
Do
Instagram.
do you also organize Zooms, like for people who would like to, get in
Yeah, but
groups?
until
And
now only in Dutch, but I can do it in English as well.
okay, so
Good.
peeps, you heard that? You heard that? I just snatched something for you. She would like to do Zooms for you. How does it get any better than that?
I do it twice a month, and I always talk about a certain topic that people are curious about their dog. I help people understand their dog so they can live in harmony, and it makes dogs happier.
I have to ask this. Is there any bad dog in the world? Is there such thing as a bad dog?
Um, Dogs are never bad on purpose, and there are difficult dogs in the world, yes, but we humans are always the cause of it.
Responsibility check.
Mhm.
Thank you
We,
so
we
much.
can make dogs aggressive.
Like, we can make them the biggest cuddlers in the world as well.
Yeah,
So the choice is ours, and I guess it's a bit of information and education and the willingness to be aware and be present with your dog that
you
will.
have two choices. One choice is I have a dog, he's afraid of me, and I'm beating him, and he will do anything I say, but he will do it because he's afraid of you. That's not my choice. Second choice is I respect my dog, I listen to him, I understand him, I'm kind to him, I love him, I cuddle him, And he thinks, wow, she is the best human in the world. I'm lucky to have her. And she will do anything I ask because she loves me and she wants to please me. And that's the choice for me.
Thank you so much for this. And I know this has contributed a lot to those who are watching now or in the future. And I'm really inviting all of you to get to know your furry friends. Beyond just having a pet, they are lifetime companions. So it's building a relationship with them as you would build a relationship with anybody else who's sharing your life. Maybe it's even more gratifying to have a dog sometimes than have a person in your life, but that's a different topic. Christel, thank you so much. So looking forward to our lives. And in the meantime, people, if you would like to know more, just go visit the website, go visit the blogs, have a listen, and enjoy the end of the week. Even if it's Thursday today, it's almost the end of the week. How does it get any better than that? Kisses. Mwah. Thank you, Christel. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.